Hello everyone, welcome back. Today let's solve the 31st SQL question from Leetcode 50 SQL inter questions. So they're given a table called employee. So we have to, which has three columns: employee ID, employee department, and primary department flag. So what we have to do is we have to find out the primary department for each employee. So here the problem is solved can be solved in two ways. It basically let's divide the problem into two problems, two sub problems. One is what we have to find out is here is what they are explaining is an employee can have multiple departments. Example, employee two, he is into two departments, department one and department two. Now, employee can have multiple departments. When an employee joins other department, then they need to decide which is the primary, which is their primary department. Now, if you see here, employee two has two departments. Now, which is his primary department? Department one is primary. How do I know this? Using this flag, Y flag. Wherever if employee has more than one department, then he will have one primary department as a flag. Let's take another example. If you see here, employee D4, he has two departments. He has two departments, department 2 and 3, but 3 is his primary department. For employee 4, 3 is his primary department. This is one part of it. You can easily, wherever, how do I know the primary department for each employee? So I can just say, wherever there is more than one department, right? When an employee has more than one department, there is a flag called Y or no. If it is Y, then we easily get it. This is one part of the problem. The second is if employee has only one department, then here in this case, he will have no as a flag as a no. How do I get that information? Is a second part of the problem. What exactly meaning by that is, uh, so if you see here, employee ID 1, he has only one department. Now the objective is to find out department, primary department for all the employees. For employee ID 1, department ID 1 itself is his primary department. But if I query based on, let's say, where clause, where primary flag equal to Y, so it will not come. So how do I solve this problem? So it is divided into two problems. One is where we straightforward have a primary department flag when an employee has more than one department. It's straightforward. The second is little trickier, where what we have to do is if employee has only one department, note that here if you see here, if employee belongs to only one department, their primary flag is N. So which is this? We can't get that through where clause. So when I apply where clause, so it will be filtered out. So how do I solve that problem? Let's solve step by step. Let's solve the first step where one part is select. What are they asking us? Select the employee ID, employee ID. Let's go step by step. Employee ID and department ID from this table, employee table. Now, wherever wherever there is a primary flag, where primary flag equals Y, right? This solves the one part of the problem. This solves one part of the problem. So which gives me, two employees. If you see the output for two, it is one. For two, it is one. For two, it is one. For four, it is three. We got this output because these employees for 2 and 4, they have more than one department, with one department being one department being primary and with the flag as Y in the primary flag column. It's easy. Now, how do I get these for 1 and 3 for employee ID 1 and 3, where one has department ID as 1, 3 has department ID as 3. Because 1 has department ID as 1 and 3 has department ID as 3. Primary department. This is their primary department, but however it is not there in the flag. So how do I get this? Because they have only one. If you read it one more time, note that when an employee belongs to only one department, they belong to only one department. Employee 1 and 3, they belong to only one department. At that time, this is no in that context, right? It becomes very difficult. So what we have to do is they have let's comment this and then come back. Let's solve the second part of the problem. So when what it is saying is when employee has only one department, how do I know only one department? I just have to count, right? When in the from the employee table, I'll just say select employee ID and department, right? Or maybe I'll just say count department, or I'll put it right now itself, employee ID, department ID from this table. Basically, what I have to do is I just have to count and take it only the employees who has only one as a count as a one department, right? That solves the second part of the problem. It's easy if you visualize it. So from this table, so what I do is I'll just say group by. What this gives me is, so I'll just say count. Let me put it like this: count department IDs. So let's see what we get from here. So here, if you see here, in first of the problem, what we solved is we solved the problem of, we got half of the problem. Half of the problem was, for two, wherever there was a y, right? For two and for 4 we were able to get the output, but we were not getting wherever there is a n. For 1 and 3 we were not knowing the what is their primary department. So because this n here, it is n, but they have only one department. So here, if you see here from this context, for 1 it is 1 and for 3 it is 1. So count basically how many departments are there for these employees. There's only one department. All you have to do is we just have to take the employee IDs, and basically we have to filter out only the count with one. That's all. When if we filter out only the count with one, so we get the corresponding department for that, So what I mean by that is, what I mean by that, let's see. What I'm saying is, here I just have to say having count equals to 1. I just have to take, that's all. So this gives me all the employees and their corresponding department wherever the department count is only 1, which is nothing but 1 and 3. That is what we need, and their corresponding department is 1 and 3. That is what we need. Now we got 2 and 4 through this query, and 1 and 3, which has only one department, 1 and 3 which are having only one department, we got it from this query. So what should I do now? I'm sure you must be knowing there is a concept called union. I just have to union these two. If I union, this solves the half of the problem and this solves the half of the problem, and I get what is the final outcome, right? That is got accepted. Let's submit. So I hope you get it what I'm trying to say here. It's easy if you break down this complex problem into smaller problems, where in one half we are solving the employees which are having more than one department, where they have to choose one department as a primary flag, where you will have a flag as a primary flag as Y. In another case, because they have only one department, the primary flag for them is N, but they have only one department. That is their primary department. So that's the reason, we take that as a second part of the problem, where we ignore the primary flag. However, we take the department, whatever the department they have, but they have the only one count. That's how, and then I union these two. This solves the 50% of the problem. This solves the 50% of the problem. So if I union these two, so I get the output what is expected. If you see, note, this has to be same as this. The column name should match this, and if you want to union, I'm sure if you do a little more research on union all, there is a minor difference between them, and then how the skeletal of this structure of this table should be same as structure of this table, where you can union these two, so you get the final output. That's all, guys. That's all. This is easy problem. However, it requires little dividing the complex problem to smaller problems. Uh, Little effort required to solve this problem. So that's all. See you in the next video.